This has become an age of the quick fix and subversion of social connectedness, a time where we are becoming conditioned to dwell within ourselves, unable to make public eye contact in fear the truth will be exposed. WTF. See, Gary, I don't even want to take the time to spell it out. The truth is that we are so very lonely and isolated. We're being both shut in and shut out. And this isn't about the past year. This has been building for at least a decade. In of itself, this puts a tremendous strain on self-esteem and personal confidence. And confidence requires work. It requires successes. It requires doing. Work, success, doing all have one thing in common. They generate emotion, and emotion is energy. And that energy is read by the infinity matrix, thus reflected back. So today, let's demonstrate a simple process of creating all of these. No, it's not very long. We will concede to the will of the quick fix age. So, Gary, what do you got?
All right. Well, I'm actually going to try to slow things down just to be different. Right? And I'll talk about why in a little while. But first of all, welcome everyone to the Hacking the Infinity Matrix, episode number 34. The mirror doesn't smile first. It waits for you. As you're joining us here on the stream today, go ahead and enter in the comments to let us know where you're listening in from. We always like to hear from our global community. Excuse me. So go ahead and just let us know where you are right now in the world. Just comment in the comment section. Please we also always welcome likes, thumbs up, wherever you're listening from, because we're streaming into a few different places. We may not always see the text because some places, your comments, because some places don't allow us to see that in this platform until we look at them after, but we will get back to them. So go ahead and comment in. All right, we got some people coming in here now. Awesome.
If you're on your phone, send us the emoji of your country's flag.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. All right, we got Florida, Alberta, Canada, Holland, Colorado. Nice. On the west side.
Awesome. Hi, Raina. Good to see you again.
Great. So also, if it's your first time here, go ahead and type in the comments, hashtag first time, so that we can properly welcome you in and greet you as a first-time visitor to our stream. Hopefully you enjoy the content we deliver today. And if you're listening as on the replay, again, it's hashtag replay. There is a change in routine that we want to let you know about today, and also some, at least for us, exciting evolution of one of our other offerings we'll tell you about a little later in the stream as well. First thing, though, is to let you know that the shift in routine, the rabbit hole segment that we usually do on Fridays, we're going to try something different to give people an opportunity, we believe, a little bit more of an opportunity to jump on and engage even more, because we're hearing that some people saying, oh, it's during work hours, I can't get on, I'd love to, and all that kind of stuff. So we're actually shifting it over to Saturday morning at 8 a.m. PST.
Yay!
and so the rabbit down the rabbit hole is where we invite everyone. Yes, that's include you. If you're watching right here, right now, includes you. You are invited to join us in a live Zoom interaction where we discuss and explore all kinds of things, thought-provoking ideas, concepts, philosophies. It's really an open discussion that starts off on one topic and then goes down many rabbit holes to end up talking about just about anything Infinity Matrix related. All right. It's also a great time and a place to come, and if you have any questions about today's or any of the previous live streams we've done, it's real simple. You just have to go to right there coming up on the screen. You just have to go to that link and register for the Zoom call, hackingtheinfinitymatrix.com/rabbit hole. And just enter your name and email, and you'll get the link for the live stream for Saturday morning at 8 a.m. PST. Okay, now what's on? Let's get on to the topic here, Ross, today.
Okay, thanks, Gary. So with the world moving faster and faster every day, along with it is our ability to change the time to figure out what the hell is going on. Attention spans are shorter than a goldfish's. Our tempers are shorter and patience is nil. What the hell is going on? Prepare dinner? You must be joking. I ain't got time to cook. Give me my fast food. Got a headache? Take a pill. Overweight? Find a surgeon. Looking pale? Just spray on a tan. You're good. Okay. Each shortcut that we take takes us further away from the true reflection that is us, thus diminishing our connection to the infinity matrix. And if I missed an example, just pop it down there in the comments. I know there's thousands of them, but we just don't have that much time. So we live in an age of memes and madness. And for these matters, many can't, don't, or won't take the time to look or even acknowledge another person walking down the sidewalk. I'll give you an example. Just yesterday, and this is why it popped into my head, I walk my dogs every day, and I make a point to wave or say hello to anyone I see, whether they're working in the yard or they're walking down the sidewalk, or it doesn't matter. Even if they're on the other side of the street, I'll wave over at them, just, hey, you'll just acknowledge them. Some will smile back. Some will smile as if it were painful, and others just simply drop their glance, as if my stare will turn them into stone. Yet
it's all those sneaky tentacles.
Yeah, really, little Medusa. Meduso, that's the male version of it, I think. But there's others that you can obviously tell are thankful. They're thankful for the consideration and the pleasantries that reflect back a genuine, bright smile, as if saying, "Thank you for seeing me." Everything you do, everything, is a reflection of the initial action, energy, or emotion. Everything you do has an eventual outcome, a reflection. The question, therefore, is whether the outcome is the one that you intended. If it's not, then you try a different approach. However, many kind of stop at that first outcome and say, if it wasn't ideal, they just give up and move on. This is taking too long. And I'm not realizing that the outcome is a reflection in itself of the idea, a reflection of the effort, a reflection of you. There are failures, of course. And yes, there are setbacks. And yes, there are small successes and there are huge successes. Only you know which one matches the effort that you expended towards it. Okay. For those of you that are rolling your eyes at me and the others are saying, I don't know all the circumstances, I do. I've made far more mistakes and had more failures than I care to imagine. Not only in business, but in my personal life as well. But the motto I have lived by for most of my life has held true and allowed me to keep my eye on the prize. And it goes like this: regardless of my circumstances, today I am better than I was yesterday. That's all. That's all I want. And it has a compounding effect, and it's staggering. So this is mine, and it resonates with me. And yours can.
Oh, we lost Ross. What happened? Well, technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well, we will see where Ross goes. Well, I'll just continue. So as Ross was talking about, and he'll jump back on. Oh, there we go. Hold on, let me just get him back in here. Hold on, jumping, coming back in. There we go. Time warp. You just entered another dimension, buddy.
Well, that was probably somebody who didn't like what I said.
Who was it? Own up, own up. Who was it?
Hurry, put in the comments. That was me. So come up with your own motto, something that's going to be very energizing and empowering, that just moves you forward, always forward. Put your mindset in that direction. So most of us have heard the story of Thomas Edison and his 1,000 tries to build a light bulb. This is exactly the same premise. Set an intention, create a plan, and take action. His intention: I want to replace the oil lamp and create lasting light into the night. His plan: I will start by using these materials and this science to create a bulbish sort of thing, because he really wasn't sure what it was going to end up looking like or being. He just knew that there was an ability, there was an intention.
Yeah.
So, and then the action from this point is a universal system of processes: modify, enhance, develop. We call it MEDS for short. Okay, and you do this until the intended outcome is reached. So in Edison's case, it was over 1,000 processes of MED. And like me and Gary, he didn't define them as failures, and neither should you. Because this is what knocks us out. It just takes us right out of the game. Oh, it didn't work. I'm done. So this method can be used in every single aspect of life. From sports pros like Tom Brady, who is always looking for better ideas and techniques to improve himself. His research, this is really cool. His research found that the body loses energy as we sleep. So special imagery showed sparks of energy coming off the body while it slept. So he helped develop a special type of sleepwear that retains and reflects that lost energy back into the body, thus maximizing its retention. That's just freaking cool.
Oh, we lost Ross again. All right, who's chipping Ross out there? I'll wait for him to come back on. Yeah, and I mean, Tom Brady is not the only athlete or a peak performer out there that does things like this. If you look at anybody in any industry that achieves success, you'll see that they use maybe not necessarily our terminology, but the formula, the hack, if you will. They use something similar to that. They definitely do have the mentality of failures aren't the end of the day, right? It's not the thing that stops them from going. They look at it as learning opportunities. They change the terminology. They change what it means to them ultimately, right? And so in changing that, it allows them to have more resources, and therefore they come up with different solutions than another person who doesn't have that, right? So let me just see if Ross is back on yet. Okay, wonder if he's got internet issues. All right, well, so if you think about in your life anything that you exceed at or anything you do well at, you can start to look at how you already have these success mechanisms within you, and and you may just not be using them in different areas, right? That same strategy, if you will, that same sequence of events that you go through from thought to action to result to assessing that, and then deciding on what to do again after that. And I want to give Ross a chance to get back on and finish off his bit. But the title, I said he lost power. Okay. Let me just check with him 1 second here. And if he did, I can just finish off the presentation. That's fine. So someone else that, thanks everybody for being patient with that. Someone else that you can think about is, artists, right? Leonardo da Vinci, for example, was so far ahead, and he was always researching and experimenting and creating, and in this state of always looking for how things work, how to make them work. And never seeing that not doing it was an option, right? And scientists like Marie Curie, who won 2 Nobel Prizes, testing, modifying, enhancing, developing better research into radioactivity. Right? And there's lists and lists of actors. A good example is method acting is one of the strategies that a lot of them use, right? So they do different things to perfect their craft, testing, modifying and tweaking and getting better and developing their character. Sometimes, like for example, we read the story of Heath Ledger, I believe it was. He literally locked himself in a hotel room and fanatically develop his Joker character, which yes got him an Oscar, but unfortunately, there was some negative impact of that as well. Right, so looks like Ross is trying to come back in. So he got so intense, Heath Ledger got so intense into his character that, he somewhat lost himself in it, right? He didn't have some reason in his cycle of modifying, enhancing, and developing. He lost himself or didn't have a grounding place to get back to himself, and we all know how that story ended, right? Okay, he says he's on, but I don't see you. Okay, give me 1 second here, everyone. I'm going to try to add Ross in. Oh, there we go. Now we got him. Show in stream. All right. Here we go, Ross. Yeah, so I was just talking about Heath Ledger and and how.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah. The story was he just kind of got lost in the process and didn't have an anchor point to keep him out of that character. So there was some flaw in his process of testing, modifying, and enhancing.
Exactly. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really, really sad. I mean, that reminds me of, do you remember that movie, The Grinch with Jim Carrey?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so the entire time that he was on set, he was always in character. He was always in makeup, and he would. And I remember a story of when somebody came in to talk to him about something, he would not leave his character. And he said he drove his wife crazy at the time. He was in character all the time. So, I mean, but it's, you have to look at the dedication that these type of people have and such, and that's what makes them so good at their craft. and we can all learn from that type of methodology to be the best at our own crafts, to be the top in our profession, or masters of our passions. And but it's just not, this isn't a business success live stream. I mean, although all of our live streams can be adapted for the professional life, especially if you get into the art of the designing your reality program, those techniques that we teach there, you can develop them for the business world. But although all of our stuff can be applied to all aspects of life, I mean, we like to consider everything that we do as a whole living lifestyle. I mean, it's really, really cool.
In fact, remember when I said, everyone here, remember when I said at the beginning there was some exciting evolution of one of our offerings? Well, what we were talking about was our Success Hacks Zoom call that we've done over the last few months. We got so many great feedback from the 3 powerful hacks that we give on that call, that people kept saying, you should call this a masterclass. This is more than just a Zoom. You need to let people know. And we listened. And what we did was we made some tweaks. We improved it. And so now it's a 2-hour masterclass on hacking the infinity matrix. We've added some really cool components to it to really kind of spruce it up even more than what those people got. And it is a free Zoom presentation, and it's available for everyone here, anyone and everyone. So there's no levels, or you don't have to have any prerequisites. So even if you've taken one of Success Hack sessions in the past, you may also want to jump back in and join again back on and check out what we're calling a masterclass now. Okay. Yeah. And it's truly next level stuff. So it's the masterclass will give you those 3 hacks, but we've tweaked it and refined it. You'll get those 3 hacks, where we don't teach anywhere else, by the way. So if you've been watching our streams and you've seen the different hacks and you've been testing the stuff out and you're seeing how it gives you opportunity to change things in your life, these 3 are 3 that we don't teach anywhere else, right? And then during that masterclass, we'll also introduce you to which Ross was just talking about, the art of designing your reality. It's a program that's a 7-day emergence of the creator within, right? So to get the free Zoom class, just going to give you a link here. Oh, that's a rabbit hole, sorry. Masterclass, there we go. So it's the next masterclass session will be on Tuesday, June 1st at 8 p.m. PST. So it's 8 p.m. PST, June 1st. We know it's a little later than time frame for those on the East Coast, but we're really trying to get a variety of different time slots that are available and to give some evening and middle of the day and morning. So this is the evening one that we've got set up. We will let you know of other time slots as they come. We'll be posting them, as well as letting you know in the Zooms here. So the registration link is hackingtheinfinitematrix.com/masterclass. Just register there. Say again?
I said masterclass. I like it.
And so just register there, and you'll get the link for how you can join us on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. PST.
Yeah. So, I mean, the cool thing is that, we are such a global community. The last one that we did, I think half the people were from a different country. So that, again, that's why we have early day ones, we have midday, and we have late, because we have to catch all these different time zones all across the globe. So you definitely want to register, if anything, just to get the additional information that we offer. These are hacks that we designed specifically for the masterclass and for the call. So definitely, hop on. It's gonna be really cool. So now let's get back to the method I was talking about. So you can use the MED method for all kinds of things. I mean, the most powerful is for human interactions. You want to have a better day. Set a specific intention while falling asleep the night before. Wake up radiating a better day. See what gets reflected back. Want to have a better social interactions? Smile first. See what gets reflected back. Want to be treated better by your coworkers? Treat them better first. See what gets reflected back. Okay? With each of these, it takes the trial and error of the med system. It worked here. It didn't work here. It worked on this person, but not on him. And it just brings curiosity to mind. You're just like, okay. So something's happening. There's changes, there's modifications, so I just got to look at this again, modify, enhance, and develop, and then see what happens again. That's all. And you'll also know that you can use this kind of a system for all kinds of things. You can use it for food sensitivities and allergy treatments, sports and injury conditioning, medical ailments and remedies. I mean, it's a trial and error system. Anything that allows for that. I, for example, use this system in conjunction with an EEG to track my brain waves during sleep. And I developed a specific sleep regimen and nutrient protocol for myself and my wife. I modified, enhanced, developed. I modified, enhanced, developed. And as my body changed, then I modify, enhance, develop. As my body or circumstances changed, I make a note of it. Was it a fluke, or do I see a pattern developing? Okay. And keep in mind, if you can't track it, you can't manage it.
For sure.
So all of these processes, it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of work, but the benefits are through the roof. Okay. Just with the enhancements that I made in my sleep using this method, I saved myself or gained an hour and a half minimum every single day.
You paused for me a little bit there, Roscoe. So just with what? Say it again.
So just by using this system for my sleep and modifying my sleep and such, I saved or gained an hour and a half a day that I'm not sleeping. So you know what you can do with an hour and a half a day?
It's crazy.
Every single day. And it's still, I'm still gaining more and more time, but that's just kind of where I'm at now. But everything has a benefit. And if you have that intention of this is the goal, use these systems. Take the time is really where we're pushing this. Is just like, take the time, look at what you need to modify in your life, or what you're not possibly happy with, or what could be better, you think could be better, and take the time to use it. So be sure to use your meds every day. Okay, now, Gary, what do you got?
And a disclosure: we are not medical practitioners. We are not talking about.
Let's modify, enhance, develop.
And ultimately, if we break it down, we're really reflecting what many of history's world changers have said, right? And to sum it up best, probably the most popular one is, be the change you want to see in the world.
Exactly.
Right? That's what it all boils down to, because then the reflection comes back to you, right? So guess what? If you are not seeing the reality you prefer, guess what? Okay, you can use that as feedback to reflect on what and decide what part of you needs to change in order for the reality mirror out there to show me evidence that I've made that change. Right? So it's the understand that this doesn't come. It does come with a level of taking responsibility for the reality you live day by day. Right? It's not always an easy pill for people to swallow.
Yeah.
Right? And the truth is that you wield way more power over your reality that you experience than you've given yourself credit for. Even if your power is in convincing yourself that you don't have power and that you are just a NPC or a non-player character, as they say in gaming, who just exists and doesn't have any real impact. Even if that's the model you've made up, you still made it up. Right? So let's look at it this way. You exist, okay? You exist. And because you exist, you experience things, right? So your experiences are the matrix's way of bouncing back to you what you are radiating out from your core as the most consistent and congruent thoughts, ideas, beliefs, and emotions. Right? So the thing that is that the infinity matrix is not biased to the positive or the negative. It doesn't say, oh, Gary would like this, or Gary doesn't like that. It doesn't care. It simply reacts unconditionally to what you give it to work with. So it's like standing in front of a mirror. You look in the mirror and you don't expect the mirror to change first. You know that doesn't work that way. Right? The mirror acts like a infinity matrix that anything that enters into its frame, it just simply reflects back to you, not caring if it's a towel or a chair or a shower curtain or even another being who walks into the scene. It doesn't care. It just reflects. That's its job. Right? Then you as the exister, okay, now I'm making up words.
Yeah.
Let's tell about you, the exister, right, makes meaning of those things. Right? The things that are being reflected and being shown to you. The interesting thing is that based on those meanings that you have as a reaction, then the mirror then reflects more of that to you. Gives you more of that reflection. The mirror / reality / infinity matrix, whatever you call it, doesn't laugh, cry, scream, or turn away first. It waits for you to be the change you want to see and then unconditionally reflects that. So the question is, how do you go from where you are to where you want to be in your reality? Right? How does that happen? How do you make that? How do you become that change that you so desperately want? So, well, let's say that you want reality to reflect more joy, right? You want that mirror to reflect more joy. Well, you first need to fundamentally understand that because you considered that level of joy, whatever it is. So let's say you go from 0 to 10 and you're to measure it and you were to 8 or 7, whatever that measurement is, it means that it exists in you already. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a reference of it, right? You couldn't conceive of that joy to that degree if it didn't already exist within you. And this is good news. This thumbs up. Okay? Because it means you've already won. Now, it's just a matter of doing it consciously and showing it in a more expressive way to the infinity matrix so it reflects back to you. Right? And this is where you want to slow things down. Right? Remember I talked about slowing things down earlier? This is where you want to slow things down so you can start to become more aware of those details from where you are to where you want to be and the shifts that occur as you make those transitions. Right? So here's the hack today. And it's really the simplest, one of the simplest hacks we've given, and yet can permeate so many areas. Okay? Step number 1. Access where you are at. So just be aware. Come into awareness of what are you feeling, what's the reflection going on from your bank account to your health, to your relationships, to your whatever. Okay? Make an assessment of where you're at. Then decide if where you're at is where you want to be or not. Right? So you decide on where you want to be is step 2. Is there a difference from where you are to where you want to be? And if so, then step 3 is you test out different methods, just like all the experts and people that Ross was talking about. You test out different methods, different strategies, different techniques that you think will get you to that outcome. And along the path, you're assessing where am I at, where I want to go, where am I at, where do I want to go. And you're assessing if those adjustments, those tweaks are making the adjustments getting you there. And so once you've tested, so step 4, you test those things out. You assess how close to your outcome you are, and then you do one of 2 things, right? A, if your mirror is smiling back at you, meaning it's showing you what you prefer, right, what you wanted to put out, right, then keep doing what you're doing. Simple. Until it doesn't do that anymore, right? And then the B, your second option, is if the mirror is not reflecting what you want, then loop back to step number 1 through 4 until it does. And that's the med that Ross was talking about, right? So it's you're looping back and you're saying, okay, well, where am I at? Where do I want to be? Let's test out some methods, and let's after we tested some things out, tried some techniques, let's assess where that's at. What's the outcome I'm getting from that? Is it in alignment with where I want? Yes or no? And then you can decide which direction to go from there, how to exit that strategy.
Yep, that's
okay.
it.
So. Not sure we could really break it down to any more simpler steps than that. It's like the Starbucks drive-through version of evolution right there. and that's your hack for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for sticking around with all the technical issues right to the end, and being here with us. I hope you enjoyed the session today. If you want to have some more raw, unscripted fun with us, then come and join us Saturday morning.
Yep.
Let me just get that up here, right there.
8 a.m.
8 a.m. Saturday morning. Come join us on Down the Rabbit Hole. It's a lot of fun, and we really never know what we're gonna cover, where we're gonna go, where we're gonna end up with it, where the conversations go. So just register here, hackingtheinfinitematrix.com/rabbit hole. Register there.
Yeah, and make sure to block off time to join us also on the masterclass next Tuesday night.
Yeah.
8 p.m. It's free. It's jam-packed, full of great content. So if you like our hacks that you see on the live streams, you're gonna love the masterclass. And we'll look forward to seeing you all. That's all we have for today's episode, Hacking the Infinity Matrix. Make sure you tune in every Thursday.
Hey guys, also if you have the ability based on the platform, remember to share this too, right? Let's get the let's get the information out in the different streams and share it to like-minded people. Yeah, so just a reminder, just remember to share, like, and comment, so it helps us with the algorithm.
Absolutely. I mean, our live streams, what Gary, what are we averaging? 6,000-7,000?
Yeah.
Right now, and we would like it to be more. We really, and we're growing and growing because people are going, this is amazing content, and which we love to do. Even if there's just 10 people out there, we would still love to do this. So. But we want to share. We really want to be that change that we all are looking forward to see in the world, and Lord knows the world needs it right now. So make it easy for everyone to find it, share it, invite your friends. We've had people invite their entire friends list on Facebook, and if they're invited in, they get automatic entry. So let everybody know. When you do, if you're not seeing this on our group page and you want to join the group, it's facebook.com/groups/The Infinity Matrix. There are 3 required questions that you must answer in one variation or another. Some of them are just checking a box, so it's not hard. But if the questions aren't answered in some way or another, then the system just bumps you out. And it's a way that, in all honesty, it's a way that 2 things. 1, you're serious about what you want to do. And 2, it really gets a lot of the spammers and the trolls. It keeps them off of the group.
I still get them, unfortunately, but
yeah, that's online. So anyhow, that's all we got. Thank you, everyone. Till next week, we'll see you, or Saturday, we'll see you then. And remember, do your meds.
That's right. Be well, everyone.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.